Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So first off, I just want to apologize deeply, deeply. Right before I made this episode, I went back and just checked on the episode yesterday.
Please, come on. Pretty, please.
Yeah, the car's upset. And I noticed that this, I don't know what happened, but the sound quality is just horrendous. So I apologize. I understand if you skipped that episode, couldn't bear to listen to it. I totally understand. I the first 5 seconds I was like, oh, okay, that's not good. But it looks like I fixed it, took care of it, so we're all good. So if you did end up skipping it, basically we went through this one level. It was a bunch of different challenges. We went this way and we had to fight a horde of goblins, and then we went here and we had to fight a dragon, and we went here and we had some sort of riddle we had to do with the imp. Then we went over here and there was some sort of like little riddle we had to do with these crystal balls and such. And then finally we came over here and had to fight some golems, and then we did this sort of challenge over here as well. So we got all the 3 keys, so we should be good to go to the final level of Watcher's Keep. So without the terrible audio, let's continue. You turn the wheel and the portal is opened.
You dare to approach, mortal.
As you step into the chamber, a feeling of palpable power washes over you. You get a sensation that something has turned its attention towards you, gaining an alien interest in your presence that forces your insides to clench reflexively. You do not see anything physical within the chamber, but you feel its presence all around you. A phantasmal hand brushes your cheek, a curious gesture that startles you and is gone just as quickly. I sense something here, a presence. It's so powerful, so powerful. I can't sense anything about it. Baravin, be with us. The presence then moves away slightly, as if considering. You hear it speak within your mind. Its speech, however, is not in words. It is a mix of I can't read tonight. Emotions that burn across your brain, leaving an impression that is clear. I am the imprisoned one. You intrude upon my solace, mortal. Get out of my mind. Show yourself. Impressions assault your mind briefly, knowing amusement combined with bitterness and images that your mind's eye refuses to recognize and turns away from. Deeper impressions instill a sense of one name that the being prefers, one that applies to you and it both. Prisoner. I am no prisoner here. What do you imply? Low power suddenly thrums throughout the room as the presence gains a measure of respect for your willingness to listen. Faint anger and outrage floods through you, directed towards something other than yourself. It is simple. Your mind interprets you are being deceived. Another image forms in your mind, and you recognize dour men in armor, and further behind them lurks a sinister purpose. Hellmites, you are told. The Knights of the Vigil. There is bitterness and anger in the presence as it conveys its unjust imprisonment by a sect who do not worship Helm at all, but secretly takes succor from the Helm's darkest enemies. You are told that this is why the imprisoned one is kept here, to keep their secret. Echoes stir in your mind as it asks you what you think the Knights would send you, why the Knights would send you into this place instead of coming themselves. You are told to ask yourself what will occur when the seals are strengthened. Impressions of amusement swirl as you are asked if you believe the holy symbol will truly let you live then. If that is so, then I shall deal with you directly. Show yourself so I may end your existence. The images in your mind take on a dangerous glint as air suddenly electrifies. You are warned quite clearly that demanding such a thing is dangerous. Peaceful talk is preferable, but the imprisoned one seems perfectly willing to appear, if that is what you truly wish. That is what I wish. Show yourself. The swirling images clarify suddenly, overwhelming your mind with a strong sensation of evil. It crawls along your consciousness like the blackest of oils. The stench of sulfur and sweet carrion fill the room as a form begins to take shape before you.
Know me then by my best name, mortal. You face Demogorgon, Prince of Demons.
One last fleeting thought comes, words from an ancient evil so alien to your awareness that communication is barely possible, but this thought sears in your consciousness clearly. Oh my god. Good lord.
I don't like the looks of this. Your death lies here.
All right. There was. The bell swings soundlessly, seemingly supported by some invisible force. An inscription on the wall reads, "Beware, immortal, and heed these words. Keep well the ritual, and still shall set the bell. But should the imprisoned one break his bonds, this bell shall ring out warning to Helm. He shall know thou hast failed in thy duty, and his anger will burn like the midday sun." Oh, interesting.
You return. We sensed that the lower vault had been breached. What has occurred? Did you not cast the ritual?
There's no more need for your ritual. Your imprisoned one is dead. You destroyed the Demogorgon. You destroyed the Prince of Demons. How is this possible? You should be ashamed of your actions, priest. You knew what we would face all along. I did. I'm ashamed to say it, but I did. I did not think you or anyone would be strong enough to actually slay the Prince of Demons. Boy, when you have the power of story mode, anything is possible, bro. We've been betrayed after all. Even Boo cannot believe this. Look at it. His tiny head shaking in disbelief. Or maybe he is cold. No, definitely disbelief. Not that Demogorgon is dead. You destroyed his form on this plane, freeing him to return to the Abyss. For him, this is just as good as his freedom. Oh, we have failed our god. We are too cowardly to accept our duty, to enter the keep and seal ourselves within the ritual. And now the imprisoned one is free. But at least the Demogorgon is not free to roam the land. That would have been horror beyond belief. Perhaps Helm will forgive us, for at least you have prevented that. I've done you a great misdeed. My pride told me I could not be sacrificed, but that, a ball spawn, it was a grievous wrong. Can I forgive a foolish man? Forgive you, forget it, fool. Payback's a bitch. I hope you think on this, Audra, and I understand why you thought this was necessary, though even if it was wrong. We have fallen far from our true calling. You are too kind, Soren, to allow us a chance to redeem ourselves in his eyes of Helm. Come, my brethren, we go on a pilgrimage now. We must atone for our wrongs and redeem ourselves. Farewell, Soren. If we meet again, may it be under fair circumstances. Alrighty. Well, that does it for Watcher's Keep. That was pretty fun. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go somewhere and sell off a bunch of this stuff, and we will continue on, and I think we are heading to the Wild Forest next. So I'm going to cut right here real quick, sell my stuff, and we will be back. Okay, finally, we are ready to continue. I have sold most of the things that I can, or at least want to sell. So, we shall continue to the Wild Forest.
Ah, good. I've been waiting for you. The camp's really close.
Greetings, Nira. It's good to see you, but I'm surprised you're not already there. Let me guess, you don't know where it is.
I was having a hard time finding it earlier, but that's not the problem now.
What is then?
Honestly, I'm having a bit of trouble bypassing the wards and traps we set up to keep unwanted visitors out.
I shouldn't have trained the others so well. Extraordinarily talent can be such a curse. I see, so I'm to assist you getting past these wards.
Yes, let's join forces.
I can guide you to the camp, and you can make sure I don't die.
So what do you say? Am I in or out?
Let's see. I need to get rid of somebody. What happens if I prefer to travel without you for
Really?
now?
I guess I understand. I hope you still plan to go to the camp.
I'll hang back as you prefer and meet you there once you're through the wards. Okay. So we gotta... Once we get there, we gotta let somebody go.
Kate! Pay attention.
I don't want to live through this.
My form will strike you down. Feel the backhand of justice!
What's that?
Aye, as you wish.
Hark, wayward wanderer. I set out a fortnight ago. Turn around, turn around. The path ahead is treacherous and leads nowhere.
Tell me, friend, what can I do to aid you? I see your cart has broken down.
You can do nothing for me. It's been a fortnight since I set out. Turn around, turn around.
If you've been traveling so long, you must be weary and hungry. Let me help.
No, no, you can do nothing for me. I've been on the road a fortnight, you see. Turn around, turn around.
There's no need to be so stubborn and proud, friend. There must be plenty I can do, no matter how long you've been out here.
I've been on the road for a fortnight, and I set out a fortnight ago. Turn around.
I don't really
A
understand.
fortnight.
You're making no sense. What do you mean?
A fortnight.
Excuse me? Oh. Well, that was rude. Oh. Uh-oh.
I approve heartily of the path that has been taken so far. The good has been upheld. Pay attention. By Torm, I shall strike you down! This Good is on our side this day!
A pile of gravel. This bridge appears rotted and uncrossable. The water flowing beneath is polluted with magic. It has an unwholesome, eerie look that is distinctly unwelcoming. Powerful illusion magic is at work here. It cannot be dispelled, but there is another way to reveal what is hidden. The bridge appears rotted and uncrossable.
Good is on our side this day! Good is on our side this day!
Hey everyone, sorry about that. So, I had some issues. So I wasn't, for some reason, I wasn't able to get to, because now if you look, the hidden refuge is available to go to, but before I was trying, and I wasn't able to, so I had to go back to an old save, go back through all of this stuff, and I had to pick up, Nira, and we had to, unfortunately, get rid of, one of our party members, and now we're able to do it. So before we do that, we're just going to sort of outfit Nira really quick. Let's see. There we go. Is there anything else? Don't think so. Okay. Actually, I think there was like a ring or something I was gonna give. Okay. Okay, so I think we're ready to go.
I'm home!
Oh boy.
Hey, hey, hey! God, that never gets old, does it? Good to see you. And you too, Talana. Sorry it took me so long to get back. Long story short, I gave away my last talisman. Teleporting didn't work, and I had to walk here from the city. This person helped clear a path through the woods.
This person. We're former lovers, for goodness sake.
Stop giving them dirty looks, Hayes. You have no reason to be suspicious. They're a good sort.
Perhaps I misjudged you. I'm Hayes.
Pardon, my husband. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Talana.
A pleasure to meet you as well, Talana, and you, Hayes.
I can really feel the bonity. Best get down to business quick, though. As you might have guessed, We need help against the Thayans.
They have an organization that's kidnapping, studying, and doing who knows what else to wild mages. They call it the Order of the Eight Staves.
Talana, Hayes, and I created the Hidden Refuge about a month ago.
It's more than a sanctuary. It's our little way of organizing efforts against the Red Wizards. I haven't been back in a while, so Talana probably has some news. Do you have any questions before she tells us what's been happening? How did you three meet?
I've just come to Athkatla, and I saw these two in the Bridge District. There was something familiar about them.
Wild magic users are pretty fascinating, turning heads wherever they go, you know. Or maybe the smell of singed hair tipped me off.
Don't be silly, Mira. You weren't nearly close enough to smell us, and I hadn't had a wild surge for days.
Oh, right. Thanks. Warning. Talana is so literal-minded.
If you tell her she needs to catch 40 winks, the next thing you know, she'll be pawing carefully at her eyes. Understood. Now, where were you?
Oh, right. So, Hayes and Talana noticed me following them and thought I was an agent of the Order.
They cornered me and we all let loose. The only reason we didn't fry each other was because the cowled wizards show up. They gave us their little warning. The three of us started talking and we realized what we had in common. The rest is history.
Anything else you want to know?
No, tell us the latest news, Talana.
Very well. After you left, Nira, I was able to recruit 2 wild mages. With your rescue of Merith...
She got here safe then? Oh, that's great. Merith is the little girl I gave my talisman to in Athkatla.
Right. With Merith and the 2 new wild mages, there are now 11 of us.
I tried to recruit one more, an elven mage named Daxus, but he
Really?
refused.
Did your husband give him a dirty look?
No. He said that he was too famous and too powerful to be kidnapped by Red Wizards. He doesn't really understand the danger of the Order.
Another problem that's come up, Canoctor, that's our magical artificer, has run out of materials for the talisman of the Hearthfire that teleport us to the camp.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Sounds like we've got lots of work to do.
Feel free to look around the camp and talk to people. If you do want to help out, Noctor would be a good person to start with. Thank you, Nir. I'm glad to help.
We'd be grateful for any help you could give.
Please speak to me before you leave the refuge. I think Daxus could be in grave danger. It'd be wonderful if you could convince him to come here soon.
That's
Sorry
it?
I was abrupt earlier. Did you need something?
Hello, Hayes. I have some questions for you.
Okay, shoot.
Has the Order been in much trouble?
That's why we're here, isn't it?
Of course.
Okay, shoot.
Tell me about Talana.
She's my wife. You've met her. If you want to know more about her, she's standing right over there. Okay,
I see.
shoot.
Tell me about yourself. What did you do before all
I
this?
made money trading in clothes and textiles. Now, as you can see, I stand in the middle of the woods and guard lunatics.
That's quite a change.
Okay, shoot.
Can you tell me anything about the other wild mages?
Nothing nice. If you're curious about them, talk to them.
Well, he's kind of stuck up. Let's see. Okay, that's... Well, I guess I can go around the outside here.
We are all heroes. You and Boo and I. Hamsters and rangers everywhere. Rejoice!
That's it.
We are all heroes. You and Boo and I. Where
Hello
Minsk
again.
goes,
I hope
evil
looking around has
stands
convinced you to
aside.
help. The elven mage I mentioned, Daxus Terralon, is at Delosar's Inn in Athkatla's Bridge District.
I'm not sure how he spends his days, but evenings can be found in the inn's common room. Please Please go and convince him to come to us. He's certain to attract the Order's attention soon if he hasn't already. Consider it done.
Thank you so much. My husband is journeying to Athkatla for supplies.
I'll make sure his visit overlaps yours. Ideally, you'd use one of Noctur's talesmen to send Daxus to us, but if Noctur can't forge one in time, Hayes can escort him here. Hayes will be south of Delasars if you need him. I need to take care of a few things, but you can trust me to get this done.
Good, good. Do you have any questions before you get going?
I'd like to hear more about Hayes. He's your husband?
Yes, and he's a good man to put up with all this.
I know he'd rather be back in the Katla or in trade meet, but our talents as wild mages mean we can't live ordinary lives. Not until the Thayan threat in Amon is gone, anyway. He may seem gruff, but as his wife I can tell you that he is tolerant and kind.
Any other questions?
Tell me about Daxus. How can I recognize him?
An odd character. But look at the company I keep.
He seemed overconfident. Like many wild mages I've met, he has an independent streak that's less a streak than an entire canvas. You'll see what I mean when you meet him. Don't worry about being able to recognize him. That won't be a problem.
Any other questions?
How do you feel about the hidden refuge?
Mira is passionate about it, and her passion is somewhat contagious.
Somewhat contagious? Thanks for the ringing endorsement, Talana.
I just wish it weren't necessary.
Hayes and I are willing to do whatever it takes to keep our magical brothers and sisters safe, but I would rather have a quiet home in the city than hide out here, but the refuge is far, far better than running in some red wizard's laboratory.
Any other questions?
Has Nira been helpful?
Hold it. You never told me you were going to ask for references.
More than helpful.
See?
The hidden refuge simply wouldn't exist if not for her.
It was her idea to set up camp here, to install the magical wards, and to recruit other wild mages to the cause.
Pretty good, huh?
Any other questions?
Nope.
Farewell. Tomorrow be with you. And may you find Daxus.
Who are you? It don't matter. Want some rye? Course you do.
I'm Soren. Who might you be?
Name's Miranda. Pleased to see your face and make its acquaintance. I'm no good with names. If you can remember mine, you've already beaten me. I forgot yours by the end of the first syllable.
I take it you sell drinks?
Nah, I just try and keep camp spirits up for free. No selling.
There's nothing to do in the woods but drink and do as the beasts do, but there ain't no beasts here, just loons if you catch me. So it's like my mom used to say, drinks, my husband drinks, my lord drinks, trust when I get bored. I do have some questions.
Go ahead and ask.
You're a dwarf and a wild mage? I've never heard of such a thing.
Aye, it's odd enough.
But you've heard of a dwarf who likes to drink, I'm sure, so at least I'm half right. I meant no offense.
None taken. I was just toying with you. Now, as to your question.
Don't know why, but since I was the last, there was always two things I wanted more than anything in life. To make my foes go whoosh and strong, endless drink. I had talent, rare talent, wild talent. Lost my clan because of it, but there's some trades worth making.
Is that all? Or do you have something else that needs asking?
I have another
Go
question.
ahead and ask.
How did you come
That's
to be
quite
here?
the tale. I'll just give you the short version.
I was one of the very first Talana and Nira rescued. I was already in the Order's clutches when those two flanked my escorts and let loose with some of the wildest heaven-heaving stuff I'd ever seen.
Nahal's reckless dreamer is some spell, I'll say.
Anyway, I made myself home here quick after
Is
that.
that all? Or do you go ahead and ask?
That's
You're
it.
back, I see.
Oops.
What can I do for you?
What? Oh, greetings.
What's wrong? You seem to be looking for something.
Looking? Yes, I am looking for something. Somebody, in fact. Somebody's to be most accurate of all. Abby, Connie, Alta, Divine, Chanticleer, Evo, Lucy, and Nectar. Seen them about?
These people are your friends? Are they lost?
They aren't people. They're very different from people. They're wise and fast, beautiful, soft and agile. They're cats. They're sweet little babies.
You missing your cats? Perhaps I can do something. Tell me more about it.
Oh, I'm buried Ding. My father was Barbol Ding. My mother was Ismera Ding, nay Dang.
Born and raised in Amon, discovered my wild magic at the age of 33. Employed for 42 years as a tax clerk in the government district. Great dislike for rhubarb. Most importantly, my cats are missing. Thank you. Now what
There were
happened?
cats in the area when we settled here. I began feeding them. Soon I had a small colony.
It was wonderful, and they seemed to love me as much as I loved them, but then, cursed my luck, a wild surge from one of my spells sent them scattering. I've called and called, but they don't come anymore. I'll do what I can to find them.
Wonderful. There are 8, and they can only be in one place now, the wild forest.
Just take this food and lure them to you. If you bring all 8 back, I'll give you a reward. I apologize if I was rude earlier. Think nothing of it. Farewell.
Ah, the agents of the Society of the Black Mantle. We thought you might come for us. Good thing we have an assortment of items with which to defeat you.
You must have me confused with someone else. My name's Soren.
It is? Well, you're not part of the Society as far as we know, unless you're in disguise like that troublesome genie. We knew it. We saw the twinkle in your eye just now. Go on, go on. We have our mortality and the dismal destiny of our kingdom to contemplate.
Our heir is enslaved by an evil wizard, for all we know, and may at this very moment be cleaning a chicken coop of some forlorn crag. You seem to be in quite the state. Is there anything I can do to help?
Help? No. We've always solved our problems by ourselves, and in the most ludicrous ways imaginable. Off with you.
Very well.
Poor King Graham. He's a wild mage, all right, but he needs other kinds of help. Lana and I saved him from a beating by some thugs at the Copper Coronet. That "we" stuff didn't go over well. Neither did the random color sprays.
Welcome, welcome. Nira brought you, so I trust you're a good sort. She has done so much for me, for Talana, for everyone. I am Noctor, also known as Noctor the Fizzle.
Not the most complimentary sobriquet, but what can I do for you? Greetings, Noctor. Why don't you tell me a bit about yourself?
Well, I was among the first to see the wisdom in setting up camp here.
I think I speak for us all when I say it's a temporary measure. The threat from Thay will pass, or at least diminish, but while it is strong, I feel we have no choice but to band together and do what we can to protect our
As for
own.
me, what can I say? I'm from Perston, a trade city here in Arm.
I have a fair hand with metal and wood. Some have called me a craftsman. I call myself a tinker. It's a bit less pretentious. I do have a knack with certain magical
Is
items.
there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Why do they call you the Fizzled?
Have you ever seen wild magic at work? If you have, consider yourself lucky.
It really works at all. I'm practically prone to having a spells fizzle.
I have a theory that the magical energy that seems to fizzle is really just stored up inside me.
It helps me do what I do best, craft magical trinkets. It's just a theory, and it's possible to develop to make yourself feel
Is
better.
there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Tell me about the talisman of the
They
Hearthfire.
can only be used once, and the components to create them are quite costly. But in these dangerous times, they are necessary.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to search for and donate some of the things I need. I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
Wonderful, wonderful. I hope you do not have second thoughts when you hear what the items are. One talisman of the Hearthfire requires a silver necklace, 2 diamonds, and 3,000 gold pieces.
I don't spend the gold, I melt it down and must have a large supply so I get the things just right. Very well, consider it done.
Excellent. Return to me with the items, and I should be able to make a talisman in short order. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
No, that's it for now. I might actually have those things already. Let me... A silver necklace. Silver necklace. I have 1 diamond.
Ah, just the person I was hoping to see. Are you ready for me to make a talisman of the Hearthfire?
I have 1 diamond. Reginald.
I've heard of you. I'll make this short. I'm Reginald. You're not. Talk's done.
Hello, Reginald. I see you're a half-orc.
So you have eyes. Good. No more talking. Go.
A half-orc wild mage, huh? You must have a fascinating story.
Idle chat makes me angry. Go.
Reginald gets angry very easily. Hayes didn't want him here at all on account of his temper.
I thought changing his name from Rugler to Reginald would help, but, well, you can take the name out of a half-orc tribesman, but you can't take the half-orc tribesman out of the, half-orc tribesman.
Why are you still here? I said go.
Relax, Reginald. Perhaps you're unhappy because you haven't had a good talk in a
That's
while.
it. I'll give you one chance to walk away, else I attack.
Very well, I'm walking away.
Greetings. I am Amanis Kal, lately of Kalimshan. This is my son, Kirek. Welcome to the Hidden Refuge. I overheard Helena speaking to you. I hope that you can help us. You must have many questions. If you have any for me, I'd be pleased to answer them.
How did you come here, Manus?
Not long ago, I fled to Athkatla with my son.
I took a room that overlooked the water. It was quiet, but I was very afraid the Red Wizards would find me in Kurtuk. I was also afraid that I would soon run out of money.
By chance, I overheard another guest at the inn, an elf named Daxus, discussing a wild mage camp.
You cannot imagine my astonishment. He was speaking to Telena. I interrupted, explained myself, and implored her to take us here. Kurtuk has a talent too, a fact which I can struggle.
That is my tale, or part of it. Would you like to know anything else?
You're from Kalishan?
Yes. I am a Kalashite, originally from the great city of Kalimport.
As a traveling performer, however, I have not stayed in any one place for long since I was a child, though I never left Kalishan until recently.
That is my tale, or part of it. Would you
What
like to know anything else?
What happened to the father?
Alas, his death is partly why I am here, so far from the country that I know and love.
He was also a wild mage, and together we used our unique gifts to entertain. I know now how foolish and dangerous this was, but performing gave us places in the world and the chances to raise our son well.
Emissaries of the Order saw one of our performances and killed my husband on the spot.
I was lucky and escaped, fleeing with my Kurtik to Aman. Forgive me for crying. We have a saying in Kalishan: the ocean is made of mother's
That
tears.
is my tale, or part of it. Would you like to know anything else?
Nothing more.
Hi there. You're friends with Talana, right? I'm Merritt.
Hello, Meredith. Yes, we are.
I'm her friend too. Hayes is not my friend though. Don't tell Talana, but he is mean. Anyway, Talana, she's been real good to me since I came here.
I'm sure she has. She seems a pleasant sort.
Yes. I like Miranda too. She's funny.
There aren't too many other girls in the camp except for Kurtik's mom, and she always seems sad. Kurtik is a boy, but he's fun anyway. I'm glad he's here.
Hey, I'm here too. Or at least I'm here right now. Do you remember me saving you from that witch?
Oh yeah. You're the one with pink hair. Thank you. I really miss my mom though.
I understand. I never knew my mother, and I lost my father, the one who raised me anyway. My other father's gone too, I suppose.
Well, I didn't know my dad, and you didn't know your mom, so we're kind of the same, you and me. You know what? My mom gave me a hairband that was hers.
Her hair was so pretty and long, much longer than mine. I lost it right before I came here. I wish I could have it back. I'll look for it, Meredith. If I find it, I'll bring it back to you.
Really? That would be great. Before I disappeared, I was where the big bridge is in the city.
I think I lost it near some boxes close to where that witch chased me. There are many crates in that part of the brig district. I'll look for it there.
I hope you find it and bring it back. I think you will. Bye.
I know we've got other things to deal with, but I feel responsible for her in a weird way.
Boo says we should find the hairband. Boo believes the children are our future. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, this is
Cedric! Cedric, you bumbling bird! Where are you?
Well, this is the refuge, and I think we're going to leave it at that. So thank you very much for joining me on this episode, and yeah, thank you for sort of going with me through all these technical and game sort of difficulties, so I appreciate that. And as always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and and we'll see you all in the next one.